Hi there, my name is Itegbere Charles from Ravisbourne University, London, MSc Project Management. I'm here to do a reflection video on a particular project. I was the project manager early this month. The project took place on the 8th of April 2024 at Ravisbourne University, London. And the location was at the students' realization spot, very close to the IT desk. The name of the event is Charity Fundraising Event. The name again, Charity Fundraising Event. And our theme is food. And we also gave it another subtitle, Charlie Rose Food Festival. That event was aimed to raise funds for less privileged children to go back to school. So what is the objective of this project event? The objective is to raise a minimum of £7,000 for 100 underprivileged children to send them back to school in order for them to stay away from crime, not to indulge in crime, and they can go back to school to provide educational resources like books, stationery, scholarship, etc., and send them back to school. Now, team structure. What were the team structure that was put in place in that project that we did organized? The team structure was, we made use of two particular team structure, RCL matrix, which stands for responsible, accountability, consulted, and informed. Then we also made use of Tuckman's theory, norming, storming, forming, performing, and adjourning. At the norming stage was a stage where we as team members, we had to come together and we're trying to know ourselves, trying to know the reason why we are organizing this program, why we are organizing this Charlie Rose Food Festival event to raise money for kids to go back to school. Then at the storming stage was when we had to brainstorm, put our heads together, get to know each other. Then at the forming stage, we are now becoming a unit as a team to get the job done. Performing, at the performing stage, we're already getting the job done, executing the job. Then adjourning stage, according to Tuckman theories also, is a process whereby the team member at the end of the job, at the end of the project, is disbanded for future purpose, for another future project as well. Then what are the team role? Like I said before, I was the project manager of that event, Charles Itegbere, and I had 5 other team members that did work with me. I was responsible for everything. I need to get feedback from my team members, and that was what I actually did. I got feedback from every activity and every role I assigned to them. For instance, Richard was in charge of the logistics. He was in charge of the planning of the event, the timing, the virtual and equipment we used, and also planned for security and health challenges in case of emergency. Richard was in charge of that aspect of the project. Then Rich King was in charge of marketing. He was our marketing manager. His duty was to ensure that the project was well advertised. Social influencers were contacted and the project was advertised in different media platforms to create awareness so that the number of attendees we're actually expecting will show up for the program. Then we also have Michael. We have Michael Ettins, which was responsible for sponsorship. What do I mean by that? Michael was in charge of our stakeholders and our sponsors. We had sponsors that actually did help to sponsor this program. They supplied drinks, local drinks, food, and snacks for all attendees, and also to raise funds for these kids. So Michael was in charge of constant communication with these stakeholders. He was in touch with them. Several meetings were organized, which I was also part of it, but he actually did all of all that while I was coordinating and supervising. Then we have on the process also we have Wendy. Wendy was in charge of volunteers. We have some individuals that volunteer to actually do the ushering and greeting, to direct people to the venue. She trained them and assign them on various roles and duty on exactly what to do as per the project. Then, last but not the least, the last team members was Awele. Awele was in charge of our finance. She was our finance manager. She actually made a transparent record, transparent account of the total inflow and outflow of cash that came in the program, and at the same time she was in charge of the budget. Like I said before, the actual budget we had for the project was £3,000. We had £3,000. Of that £3,000, we made expenses. We paid for the hall, we paid for logistics, which is equipment and virtuals and some other stuffs. Then we had our major milestones, rather formation. Team formation was achieved. We had that team formation, it was achieved. And also we 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 had the process of meeting with our stakeholders. We met with our stakeholders and we had a rapport. We had a good communication and understanding, and the event was carefully planned and was executed. Then, what are the challenges? The major challenges we had. The major challenges was time bound. We are time bound. The time was limited to plan for the event. We're not having much time, and the money we had on us, £3,000, which was the actual budget, was actually constraining. It wasn't enough, but we had to go through with that budget. Then also we had to plan for emergency, security, and the weather as well, just in case if it does rain, we actually know exactly what to do and how to go about it. All these processes and challenges were not easy initially, and also at the initial process, coming together as a team was challenging, trying to meet up with the project and the demand, the stakeholders' requirements, and all of our plans, what we had in mind. Like I said before, raising fund for underprivileged children to return back to school. So then, what are the deliverables? Our deliverables raise fund of over at least £7,000 to send children back to school and to produce books, stationaries, school fees, scholarship, etc. Then a well-organized food event at Ravisbourne University and enough drinks and food for all our attendees. These were our deliverables, and also partnership. We have partnership with our stakeholders and our sponsors that provided snacks and food and drinks. We had a good relationship for just in case for the future. At the end of the day, our objective was achieved, which is to raise funds for kids underprivileged, 100 underprivileged children, to send them back to school. Our objective was achieved. We got the total number, although we didn't have the number we budgeted for to attend the event. We budgeted, or we're estimating, around 2 to 3,000 attendees. But at the end of the project, we had over 1,500 attendees. It was a great milestone for us. Yes, organizing such a project at the very first time, it was not really that easy, but it was great that we did achieve that milestone. Also, everything went according to plan, time consciousness. The program was scheduled to hold by 9 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. The only extra time that was added was 10 minutes extra time for photo shots. We achieved our aim and our purpose for the project. So, in a nutshell, the Charlie Rose Food Fund Festival event that was conducted on the 8th of April 2024 at Ravensbourne University, London, was a huge success. It was a huge success. It was well achieved. It was a job well done. And the team member was disbanded peacefully and successfully in future purpose again for another event. Thank you, and thank you very much for watching.